we do have this story here. This is from Quartz. This is an actual thing that happened. I actually should have queued up the video for this, showing this happening. But the Baltimore Bridge collapsed. I guess it's not a runaway train. It's a runaway cargo ship. It ran into the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Now, I need to read this article. I'll be reading this article with you guys. I'm not exactly sure why it crashed. I had thought that it was some sort of mechanical failure that happened to the cargo ship as it was turning that caused this to happen. But I wanted to read this article because I wanted to get a full grasp on how the collapse of this bridge would affect the American supply chain. Because I heard some people saying, oh, it's going to be regional. Heard other people saying, oh, it's going to be national. I'm curious to see what is the effects of this is actually going to be. So the article from Quartz here says the Baltimore Bridge collapse could devastate supply chains and cost billions. About $80 billion worth of cargo moved through the port of Baltimore last year. The port of Baltimore is expected to be closed indefinitely as U.S. federal and state officials in Maryland deal with the aftermath of the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was wondering, like, it can't be stuff going across the bridge that causes the issue. But if the port's going to be closed, then that completely makes sense. Is this the video of the whole thing happening? Bro, why is this like a GIF? Where's like the actual video? Okay, hold on. Here's the video. Guess there's no audio. So it's going pretty slowly. Oh. Oh man, that is bad. And isn't that like a historic bridge too? Like it's been around for a while. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a historic bridge. That is unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But yeah, it says here, the mass casualty event. Casualty event? Did anyone die? I didn't hear that anyone died. The mass casualty event is not only a tragedy with rescue efforts still underway, but an infrastructure crisis that's shutting down sea traffic at one of the world's busiest ports. One of the world's busiest ports. Huh. I wonder if this will affect exports too, as well as imports then, if that's the case. The bridge collapsed early Tuesday morning after it was hit by a cargo ship, the Dolly. The vessel was chartered by Maersk and was leaving the port loaded with cargo, but crewed by workers employed by Synergy Group, which confirmed that its 22 employees were uninjured. 6 people performing repairs and other work on the bridge are unaccounted for, according to Maryland Transportation Secretary Paul J. Wiedefeld. Oh, okay. Because I was also hearing that like they were searching for 6 people, so maybe it's those 6 people that they're looking for. The Francis Scott Key Bridge tragedy will impact many supply chains on the East Coast, Patrick Penfield, a professor of supply chain management at Syracuse University, told Quartz. Over 11 million vehicles use that bridge on a yearly basis, and it's a critical road for the Baltimore transportation network. The Maryland Department of Transportation's Port Administration said Tuesday that vessel traffic in and out of the Port of Baltimore is suspended indefinitely, although trucks are still being processed. Let's see, the Port of Baltimore is an $80 billion link in the global supply chain. The port handled 52.3 million tons of foreign cargo worth $80 billion in 2023. Every month, the traffic through the port is shuttered. More than $6 billion of cargo doesn't pass through. But I mean, I'm sure there are other ports, right? There are other ports that the traffic can just get like rerouted to. The port is a significant participant in the supply chains for the automotive energy industry. More than 847,000 cars and light trucks moved through the port last year. The 13th consecutive year it has led all other U.S. ports for autos. Nissan, Toyota Motor, General Motors, Volvo, Jaguar Land Rover, above and beyond. And the Volkswagen Group used the port for imports and exports. John Lawler, the chief financial officer of Ford Motor Company, told Bloomberg Television that on Monday the automaker would begin rerouting auto parts to other ports on the East Coast. Yeah, you can. I feel like what's the hassle of rerouting ports? Is it like, does it add time? I don't know if it adds time to the travel of an item from one end to the supply chain to the other or not. GM said in a statement it is working to reroute vehicle shipments to different ports and expect a minimal impact on its operations. That wouldn't shock me. Volkswagen expects trucking delays due to rerouted traffic on land, but no maritime issues. The port also creates about 15,300 direct jobs and 139,180 jobs connected to work at the port and generates nearly $3.3 billion in total personal income. This is going to be catastrophic for many reasons, a Baltimore resident told local CBS affiliate WJZ. Amazon is not just on the other side of the river, and you could forget your same-day, next-day delivery package. The Beltway is going to be a parking lot. The tunnels are going to be jammed. Oh, that does make sense. If you have more road traffic like where those ports are, as people try to move stuff to like a different port, then I could see how that would cause problems. FedEx, Under Armour, and BMW also have distribution facilities on the north end of the bridge alongside Amazon. Ernie Thrasher, the CEO of Pennsylvania-based Xcoal Energy and Resources, told Bloomberg that the bridge collapse could stop coal shipments out of Baltimore for up to 6 weeks. What? Wait. I gotta follow this link because that doesn't make sense to me. This is from Bloomberg. The bridge collapse could stop coal shipments out of Baltimore for 4 to 6 weeks, which would block the export of up to 2.5 million tons of the commodity, said Ernie Thrasher, Chief Executive Officer of Xcoal Energy and Resources LLC, a Pennsylvania coal trader that works with several suppliers. You'll see some diversion to other ports, but the other ports are pretty busy, so there's a limit to how much you can divert. That makes sense. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I mean, yeah, I guess I couldn't assume that the other ports would just be empty, waiting for excess business from the Baltimore port. Huh. That would block as much as 2.5 million tons of coal. The city ships about 20 million tons yearly, much of which goes to India. More than 40 ships remained inside the port, according to data from ship tracking and maritime analytics provider Maritime Traffic. At least 30 other vessels had signaled their destination was Baltimore. So you're going to have to like reroute ships in real time to go to a different port, and I would assume you'd have to unload all of those 40 ships and get them sent to another port so that they can leave. That sucks. That sucks. And it sounds like this is something that's going to have some like economic effect. Now, I don't know if that effect is going to be long term or not. As a Maersk, which chartered the Dali, said Tuesday it would omit Baltimore from all its services for the foreseeable future until it is deemed safe for passage through this area. Cargo already en route to Baltimore will be discharged in nearby ports and finish their routes through trucks and other land transportation. So it does sound like that this is likely going to have some sort of effect on the supply chain, a major one, in fact. Now, I don't know if it'll affect all goods in the same way that it's going to affect like coal, for example. But, I would not be shocked if this, ends up, adding to the cost of things like on the ground, like in the grocery store and whatnot. So look out for that. But I would also not be shocked if like by like September, October, all these things are smoothened out and prices go back down to where they are now, because while this is like indefinite, that doesn't mean it's going to last forever. So I'm sure that eventually the bridge will be rebuilt or the port will be cleared out so that ships can move through. Either way, I think that they are going to come to a solution to this. It's not going to last forever. But in the meantime, I would say while prices are where they're at now, don't rush and like buy like tons of things. Like, do not go out and buy toilet paper. You don't need to go and buy all the toilet paper at the stores that you're at, that you frequent. But I would say, like, there's some sort of like non-perishable item that you can get as like a backstop. Like let's say like food gets too expensive and you can't afford it, or let's say that you like run out of food because the supply chain is so backed up that you can't go out and buy more food even if you could afford it. Then I would say like get some sort of like non-perishable items, like some canned foods or whatever. Not like a crazy amount, but enough that serves as like a backstop for a few weeks, maybe a month or two. It's always good to have that type of thing on hand anyways, because you never know like what's going to happen. But yeah, I hope that this doesn't cause like a massive panic, because that would be bad on the supply chain as well. But we'll see. Hopefully this is not like a catalyst for something like an economic depression, which I was hoping would not happen, in part because it's not on my 2024 bingo card. But also because I live here and it would suck. So it'd be interesting to see what happens next, but I guess we'll have to just wait and see.